Hey everybody, so I'm on my way to a meeting before big kickoff on Saturday at the public library for the Pomona Valley region, and I'm walking here and recording, and I just wanted to do kind of like slice of life things for the month of November as I delve into a couple of topics in my I'm doing 2 novels because I'm a masochist like that. This is actually my 12th NaNoWriMo, so I thought, hey, I would love to do my 100,000 words again. I did it once a couple years ago, so I actually have 2 memoirs I'm working on that I haven't even written anything down on them, like notes or anything, because they're things that I've tackled before in my Nano, but never liked it. And I know that's kind of like, I mean, your first draft is always a bit of crap anyway. The important thing is just to get it down. But this time I'm actually feeling really positive about writing it down and then putting it to publication. So showing it to a editor who I met last year, I think, or earlier this year. Anyway, I have a lady who I'm going to talk to about that. So I just want to tell you like why I do this, 12 times. So what I love about Nano is not just being able to get your words out, being able to write your novel, but the community. And for me, I've made so many friends through NaNoWriMo. Some of my best friends are people who I've met through NaNoWriMo, who are very dear to me. And I wouldn't have them in my life if not for this wonderful experience. And to be fair, they're friends who have really helped me on my journey get through some crap. And I was there with them as they got through some crap too. So how's it compare than that? I'm very grateful to Chris Beatty for creating NaNoWriMo all those years ago. And I'm very grateful for Grant Faulkner for being the current head of the whole shebang thing. I'm actually gonna get to meet him in a couple of days because all the MLs who were in LA proper or around LA were invited to go meet him. So I get to go meet him this weekend. So I'm really excited about that. Let's see. I did Pomona. I was the one who created Pomona Valley region because I'm like, we're not really San Bernardino. I mean, we are, but we're not. San Bernardino County anyway. And a lot of the people in that region are from like way up the hill, like Apple Valley, high desert people. And I live basically between that and LA. Kind of like, I like to say this area is suburbs of LA. So I live in San Bernardino County, but my city actually borders Claremont, which is in LA County. So I'm right near the LA County, San Bernardino County border. And we have different things going on here than you would in LA or in San Bernardino or Riverside. So I pitched that. It took a few years to get that off the ground, but when I had backing from the LA ML at the time, he made Pomona Valley a sub region, and that's kind of how it took off the ground. So that was 7 years ago, I think. I can't even keep track anymore. Yeah, this is my 6 years in ML. Crazy. Anyway, it's really exciting though because felt like kind of validated. We have over 500 members who are homed to our region and 600 people who are members. That's like really exciting. And I am really interested in more outreach. And basically, if NaNoWriMo has done anything in your life, or like this region, like if you're really proud to be part of the Pomona Valley region, if you can share it with other people, your friends, family, people you meet off the street, like people in bookstores, people who are writers or, readers or things like that. It was easier for me at the time when I was working at a college. I worked at JP College for a couple years as a writing tutor. I also worked at Borders for 3 years. That was fun. I was a cashier, so I'm always talking to cool people. But now I do creativity coaching, and I do coaching for, I do access consciousness, which is a modality that kind of helps release judgments, points of view, can change your life completely. It's absolutely changed mine. I was calling it following the law of attraction before, and it kind of gave me these other tools that kind of tap into that and find just new ways of connecting with people in the world and universe and all sorts of cool stuff. So I got into that about 3 years ago. Oh, well, almost 3 years ago. Wow. It feels longer than that. I was kind of aware of the tools, but I didn't really apply them or was really familiar with them until 3 years in March. That's what it is, 3 years in March. So, but it's fantastic, and you'll hear me talking about that a lot. But I found with creativity coaching, we're all creative beings, and if there's blocks that are stopping you from creating, like, they need to be, either overcome or destroyed. This is what you can do with access, what I found, or I mean, not what I found, but like, that's what the tools are for. But it's cool that you find what works best for you. Like, I'm always like experimenting with, this works or this doesn't work. Like, I tried Reiki and I didn't really like it. It wasn't really for me. And then a few years later, I got into access. So, you find what works for you and you apply it for what you're willing to. And then, because even though I do with access tools, it's hard for me to commit to things. I've always made excuses. I've always done this, done the other thing. But that's partly why I want to do this blog, where I'm going to be talking about things that I'm doing and experiences, and just sort of getting all that out. And kind of, this is a accountability for me / support group. If anyone wants to support me, it helps. And if you want to share or ask questions or anything like that, we do that too. But so I'm just sort of going over everything. But no, I'm really big on like, what is your journey and what works for you, and what works for one person may not work for other people. So very big on trying what works for you, and if it works, try it. Keep applying it. I'm also big on like trying new things that maybe you don't expect you would do or other people would expect you would do. Like, I have friends who, like, I do it myself, like, keep on doing the same thing. Well, what I found, if you're interested in getting like a new habit or new experience, is to try something new. And then if you like it, to keep doing it or keep trying it, which I guess is kind of how NaNo came for me, because there were a few years where I kind of dabbled in it, like 2 or 3. I did not commit myself at all. I did not even join the website or anything like that. It took me about 3 years. And my excuse at the time was, well, I have school. How can I fit this into my life? Screw that. I'll tell you, you can, because I have. But you find what works best for you, and at that time it didn't work best for me. So in the years since then, I've learned how to work those tools into my life and see benefits from it. So the first time I did NaNo like properly, I told myself, I'm not a real writer if I don't do this, which I don't recommend, but it made it so, like, I saw the seriousness in that. I'm like, okay, so I'm really actually gonna stick through this. And that was 12 years ago. And out of the 12 years, there's only been twice where I didn't actually do it, where I didn't get the 50,000. So Yeah. It's doable. Anything you would like to accomplish is completely doable if you're willing to do whatever it takes. That's it. Like, you just have to commit to what you're doing. Like, you're interested in losing weight. Okay, great. What would it take to do that? And it may not take what you think it will take. Like, as I learned with Access, like, you could talk to your body and ask your body what it would like. Like, it doesn't have to be hard. It can be, like, completely easy. But it's because of what your point of view is on it that shapes what you think it's going to be. It's really weird. But life, I've noticed, has gotten a lot more easy for me. And if I don't overthink it, like when I tend, like if I try to create just by thinking, that doesn't work. You create by doing. At least I do. I can't speak for everybody here, but that's kind of what I do. And when I'm in the moment, when I'm doing the thing, it just really comes easily. No worries. So that's kind of, I think that's why I haven't written anything down for my writing, because I'm approaching it as in the moment, and all I know is I know the titles, which is, again, like, I'm astounded by, because I never write the titles out. I'm like, I don't know what the name is. Well, the name just popped up one day, and I wrote down the titles, so I have those. And it feels right. It feels completely right. Like, I can feel like this is going to be the stories I'm telling, and I'm really excited about that, and kind of like sharing that. And but I wouldn't be where I am if, like, before I was not really as receptive to things as I am now, as aware, as, intuitive. I wasn't. Those things were always happening, but I wasn't, like, acknowledging them. And acknowledging makes the biggest difference ever for me. So, for instance, when my mom died, I said, Mom, I don't want to see you. I don't want any kind of, like, ghostly apparitions or whatever. And I just found writing that I had done after my mom had died, like about a month later. And I read that. And I found another piece, and I read that too, in the journal I was keeping. And I mentioned something about not wanting to see her, not wanting to see anything like that. Well, hi, good, thank you. All right, so twice this past week, one time I was at an art gallery, and I was just looking around, and I see these like two little, like, initial keychains, that one had a K and one had a C, and they were amongst these really pretty star pendants. And my mom's initials was KC, or K Carrie, and the stars, she had these stars, and they reminded me of those. So it was a nice little thing from my mom saying hi, and I would not have been able to receive that a few years ago. So it was really, really nice to see that from my mom. And I was at Pier 1 the other day, and there were two little pillows, and, well, one said K, one said C, like right next to each other. And it's just, some people aren't able to receive that and say, oh, that's just a coincidence. But I don't believe in coincidences. Things are so frequently in my life that they're not, this is just my experiences. This is how things happen in my life. They do. Everything falls into place. So I was blessed with these two instances where my mom was saying hi. And it really meant a lot to me. It really meant a lot that, you know, yeah, because it's taken me a while to be comfortable with my parents not being here, and me being comfortable in myself and my own knowing and my own being. It's been a while, but it's such it's a wonderful thing, and I think for me it's all connected. Absolutely, it's all connected with the people that I've met, things I've seen, things I've done, and it's absolutely goes back to NaNo. Absolutely, because part of my journey, spiritual journey, I don't know, like this thing I'm on right now, absolutely tied to people I've met in NaNo. I wouldn't be who I am without them. I wouldn't be where I am without them. I keep telling the story of my friend Janelyn. You mean a lot to me, Janelyn. I love you, and you've really changed my life. You need to hear this lady's story. She's, oh man, she's sharing her story through her writing, and she's brilliant and just so determined, and it's inspiring to see that kind of strength in people and to hear what she's gone through, and oh man. But I'm not going to share details of her story because that's hers to share, and you just have to ask her. You have to ask her and see. But she's one remarkable lady, that's for sure. And I'm very grateful to have her in my life and to have met her at a write-in, or actually at the kickoff one time. So yeah, you never know who you're going to meet at kickoffs. Never know what the effect on your life people will make. And yeah, that's why I do it. I'd like to see what other people come into my life, what other opportunities happen, what new experiences come, and yeah, and I am almost here. I am just about at the library right now. It's a beautiful day. Can't wait, and I will see you guys on Saturday. You know, like, let's share our stories and see what happens next. Bye.